microgrids can meet our goal of delivering clean, affordable energy. The plan is to work with local residents and communities that have declared a climate emergency to help them transition from fossil fuel dependency in their energy supply. The development periods for these projects are long. The fact is that although everyone is saying that we need to support a Green New Deal, local authorities are really not the right party to supervise and oversee this process. They are by their nature resource inefficient. We propose to work with local authorities to progress their transition on their behalf. In Brighton and Hove, we have been extremely successful in helping to reduce fuel poverty by visiting vulnerable people's homes and helping them to ensure that they are always on the best energy tariff. And our project in Furl Village, I'll talk about that a little bit later. That's a microgeneration project. So 274 local authorities across the country, or 67%, have declared climate emergencies, and most of them don't have a strategy that they can implement to reach their target. So this represents a huge market opportunity for us, and one that we really need to address. One of our biggest problems that we face is that 80% of the buildings already exist, and a lot of local authorities lean towards new development, but they're not addressing the problems in their existing built environment. The next business unit is our waste to energy, and that involves the anaerobic digestion project. So producing biogas from food waste. And this is a really important area because the government is providing more support for green gas to grid projects. We're still working on the food waste to biomethane project, and we're looking to secure a suitable piece of land to build the plant. By capturing food waste that is produced and creating grid quality biomethane from food waste, we can inject this directly into our national grid, creating an important upcycled resource to provide affordable decarbonized heat. Waste to energy business unit includes any waste stream that we can monetize in a community energy model. As we are approved, as we are approached by technology providers, we conduct the due diligence to determine if the project is attractive for us to take on. We had 2 of those this year, but sadly we didn't get to develop either of those into a community ownership model, but we're still hopeful for this food waste to biomethane project. And then the last business unit is just our regular projects. So, for example, it's the 51 projects that we've already done. And this year we're just finishing the Montessori Place project phase 2. So this project means that we've almost virtually decarbonized the whole school. It's based in Framfield, which is in East Sussex, right north of Lewis. We had already put in 27 kilowatts of solar on the school and a heat pump in the nursery with underfloor heating, and insulated the eaves in the building. And this round, we're taking out the oil tank completely, putting in an 87 kilowatt ground source heat pump, 11 kilowatts of solar PV in a kind of a walkway. It's like a glass walkway between parts of the building. And we estimate that the savings will be more than 1,000 tons of CO2 a year. So this is a return customer for us. We have quite a lot of return customers, and it just goes to show that our customers see a lot of value in us helping them to on their pathway to net zero. So heat networks are really the way forward. Today I attended a seminar from the Association of Distributed Energy, and they were talking about heat networks. A lot of people are putting their hopes into hydrogen, but that's really complicated and something for the future, but we can do these low carbon heat networks now, and we can make them affordable for the people that we join up. It's a perfect solution for villages and for our microgrid strategy. So we will be pursuing this quite assertively going forward. The thing about our the low carbon heat networks and the shared networks is we're doing that at FERL. We're very far down the road in the design and offer of what we're going to do at FERL to the estate. The estate has endorsed our plan to conduct this pilot project that involves 22 homes. Some 75% are owned by the estate. So this was intentional because it will be the first community-owned project in the country where a local authority is not involved. And we need to ensure that a majority of properties would participate in our program. So if we can get 75% of the people to join, because they don't really have a choice, they do. I mean, of course, we have to make a very reasonable offer, and that's exactly what we're doing. But at least it supports us in making sure that we're going to get the majority of people on board. And it looks like early indications, and I've met already with 2 people in the village. They're all extremely keen for the program and very excited about the prospect of decarbonizing heat in their village. So after we would do that for the whole village, so after we finish the pilot project of 22 properties, we're going to look at another 55 properties. After we do that, we've got to get it all done before September of 2021, when we think that the renewable heat incentive, the non-domestic, is going to be shut down by the government. It's supposed to be in March, but we expect that there's going to be a 6-month extension because of COVID. So we're trying to get the whole village in before September. And once we do that, then the next phase of the project is to install a 4-megawatt solar field to supply all the electricity needs for the village, and the energy storage to ensure that the electricity is available on demand. So there's been no investment in their low voltage network that serves the village in the last 60 years. So we're going to need to work with the distribution network operator or the local grid operator to ensure that this project is successful. Because as you can imagine, if everyone is turning on the heat pump first thing in the morning, then there's going to be a surge of electricity demand on a grid that's not really fit. They're actually having quite frequent short power cuts now as it is, so you can only imagine what it will look like. So that's where we are right now as an organization. I'm really positive about the future. I think, you know, we're at over 1 million right now in our the assets we manage. The FERL project is a £6 million project, so it's going to take us into a new scale, a very exciting scale. And of course, we couldn't be where we are without the support of our members. So I'm very grateful for everyone for believing in us and for investing in us. And I really look forward to going on to the next step, really, in our organization's development.